Hi, I'm Monsieur Breck, president of X2O Media, and I'm here today to talk to you about our collaboration room or virtual classroom. And the best way to tell the story is really to go back about 6-7 years to when we did the first project with Harvard University for their virtual classroom. And I'm going to show you their marketing video for it while I talk about it. So the initial goal was to have a virtual classroom, but we didn't want to sacrifice that one-to-one connection that you had between teacher and student. So really, we wanted a virtual classroom, but without making any compromises. So the bar was set very high, and the result was, in their case, and I'll just move ahead here, a huge room with 60 remote students, all with their own camera and microphone. So we'll show you what that looks like in the room here. So here I've got 8 remote participants. You can see in the room, and the key really to this engagement, this one-to-one engagement between teacher and student, is that they each have their own speaker and their own camera. So if I was to walk over here, for example, talk to Eric, as I'm talking to him, I'm going to hear his voice come out from there, and he's looking at me. And then I hear Paul make a comment, and I hear his voice come from there, so it just naturally attracts me to where he is, just like it would in a real classroom or meeting room. So I'll come over here. Hey, Paul, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. Hope you're enjoying the session today.
Yes. Really good.
Thank you. Thank you. So that you have this real one-to-one connection. We've all been on conference calls where you have 10 people coming out of one speaker in the middle of the table, and half the time you don't know who's speaking because you don't know them that well. This solves that. You've got audio, you've got their name, you've got their video, and you got a camera, so you have this instant connection even if you just met that person. So to that, we add this smart digital whiteboard, which allows us to annotate on everything from videos to images, PowerPoints, PDFs, with what we call smart annotations that stay with the slide or the video timeline. We, of course, have a whiteboard that allows us to annotate on it and have the remote student do the same. We can create new whiteboards as we need them and draw a technical diagram or make a very expensive tic-tac-toe board. We can then, of course, also send out quizzes or polls. So, for example, here I'm sending out this poll. We'll show the result. And I can actually see that who voted for what. And I can actually see it on the video wall as well. If I look here, I can see that Paul shows that he's having a great time, and so is Agatha. So you really have all the information you need right where you need it. And then once I've done the poll, I can actually create breakout groups. So in a classroom, you often say, okay, I want you to break up into groups of 4 or 5 and discuss. I can do that right from here and base it on their answers. So I can say, okay, let's have a debate. So one person with a different answer goes to each group, or all the people who answered A go together, and B, and so on. And once I create those groups, we can see on the wall they're all color-coded, so I can see who's in what group. They each are now able to talk to each other and have their own whiteboard that they work with. We can actually see one of our remote students is outside the room over there. And so they've got this little environment where they can work. And he's able to do that. And they can put up their hand and ask a question. I can then jump into that group and talk to them or help them. So for example, if group number 1 needed help, I'll just click here, go to group 1. So I see their whiteboard, and I can ask them, hey, Paul, is everything okay? You need any help?
Yes, everything's fine.
Yeah, I think your cloud is not really smooth enough, so I'd work on that. Anyway, then I come back into the main room. And once they're all done, I can bring them all back in, rejoin the classroom, and share that information with everyone. So there you have it. That's X2O's collaboration room. And if you want more information, please visit us at www.x2omedia.com. Thank you.